Okay, gang, as I promised, you're seeing a number starting on this screen right now because I'm staying honest to you guys. I said we will keep these under 15 minutes always, which is really hard for me because if you look on the screen right now, you're going to see Connie. And Connie, I cannot thank you enough for coming on. You do represent one of our leaders within the 55 plus community and also happen to be at Summit, private invitation into Summit, girlfriend. But I'm going to show them something because if you don't know who Connie is, today's the day, you guys. Turbo Tuesday. And when I think about the fitness pillar, Connie, seriously, girlfriend, I do think about you because this was one of the things that you did a video where you showed where you were holding on to this heavy bottle of water and you showed how you could get down on the floor hanging on to it, Connie, and you could get back up. It was a video, you guys, I'm telling you, you should go over and find it on her Facebook page. But I thought this was powerful because you said getting off the floor without holding on to anything was my original goal. Now I can do it while holding the weight of a 2-year-old child. I don't know what made you think, Connie, to do that particular demonstration, but I thought, oh my gosh, because knees were my challenge. To see that was like, what a dream come true. I mean, seriously. And then here's other things. So I love this post you did too, Connie, where you said flexibility plus balance plus strength equals mobility. And when you look on the bottom left corner, I'm telling you what, you guys, you need to follow Connie because she has one move after another where her flexibility, Connie, I'm not even sure what led you to keep taking your flexibility to that next level, but your inspiration, you remind me of Dallas's wife, Paige, our queen of DDPY. I mean, the moves you make remind me of her. And obviously, so Connie, when you're looking at the weight, you clearly must have had a weight journey at some point, right? What was your total weight loss number that you had reached?
I think the most I ever weighed was 238, something like that.
Uh-huh.
And my sisters and I got together and decided to lose weight. And um, I lost about 50 pounds, put a little bit of that back on, but that was in 2019, so a couple years before I started DDP yoga.
Yeah.
So my time at DDP yoga hasn't been a lot about weight. It's been more about movement.
Yes, yeah. Well, in the bottom right corner, I mean, I totally remember you at last year's summit when you and I were together. But I honestly have always kind of stalked you a little bit because of your flexibility photos. So we're hopefully you can get me a few more even that I could put out when I do this post today so people can see more of what you have accomplished, Connie, because um let me ask you this. What was it that inspired you to keep going on that flexibility journey that you took and continue to take, right?
Um, yeah, I don't really know for sure. I think yeah, it was funny because it started out doing a roundhouse was the big thing because I joined DDP Yoga in December of 2021 and found out about the Positively Unstoppable Challenge, right about the time it was starting. And I joined it, but not really even knowing what it was. So because I wasn't on a huge weight loss thing, I was like, well, what do I have that's different? Well, I'm going to just start working on movement because that was the entire reason I joined to begin with, is because I could, as far as I was bent down and catcher on that was the day I started. That's what I could do. And it was all about movement in my knees. And so it was just every time something became easier, I just wanted that next thing. And somebody, we respond to things people say to us. And somebody commented in a picture that I had put up doing a roundhouse. It's all well and good because anybody can do something for a second, long enough to snap a photo. And I took that as a challenge. So then my challenge became, by the time I turned 58, I wanted to be able to do a 2 minute, not 58, 57. I wanted to be able to do a 2 minute roundhouse.
Oh my word.
And my birthday was in April and I did it by February. So, I just looking for that next thing.
Oh my gosh. So to get to that spot, how, like, what is your weekly workout thing look like to you? Your basic habits that you have with your weekly fitness.
Primarily for being able to be flexible, I found the Christmas stretch, and that really was my whole, what started the entire DDP yoga, not just trying to go further, but that did everything for my knee.
I
That
love
Christmas stretch, I've done more than 100 times because for about 3 months, I did it every single day. Regardless of whether I did anything else or not, the Christmas stretch was non-negotiable.
I'm gonna
And
put a photo of that Christmas stretch so they know which one you're talking about. But it is, not only is it beautiful because of what they're wearing and the tree in the background, but I actually think that one is incredible for stretching. And to think that you did it
it's 20 minutes. Anybody can do 20 minutes.
exactly. Yeah.
And I probably got more from that, mobility wise, flexibility wise, than any other workout I've ever done.
Whoa. Oh my word. Oh my word.
And it's still my favorite.
So your pattern was doing that. And then did you have other activities that you did like walking, or did you have?
Well, I started out with, I started out with the beginner program,
Okay.
went through the intermediate, and then I switched to custom. But walking is always, it's always been there. But as my knee started giving me problems, I wasn't able to walk that far. But on my 51st birthday, just to challenge myself, I decided to walk 51 miles in one day, and I did it because that's back when I was walking all the time. That was around the time that I lost the original weight. And so walking's always been huge. In fact, I have a walking story for you that happened today, and I posted about it, and I haven't posted much recently, but this was very important because it goes back to everything in that picture you just showed. Shortly before I started DDP yoga, I fell at work and I tumbled, head over heel. And I landed, my glasses went flying. I landed on my face. I had a black eye. I had messed up my wrist, my ankle. I had bruises from my hip down to my feet, but I didn't break anything, thank goodness. Well, then I started doing the DDP yoga, different workouts, the flexibility primarily, but a lot of the strength workouts. And then today I was out walking and I was in a section of my neighborhood that didn't have a sidewalk, and a car was coming along and I had to step to the side, and it was probably the only spot left within, I don't know, 100 yards that was still wet from Hurricane Debbie.
Oh
and
yeah.
I sidestepped, and immediately I knew I was going down. But because of everything that was happening around me and the ability to think on my feet now, I went back more toward, I leaned backwards with my hips and thighs so that I had that balance to let me go backwards instead. And then with the flexibility, I was able to bend my knees, bend my ankles, and then I had the strength to come down slow enough that I landed in a puddle on my forearm and my hip, but I wasn't hurt. You
Oh,
know, nothing but my pride was hurt. And, you know, of course, Dallas Page always says, leave the ego at the door. So got up, dried myself off because I had a little hand towel with me, and I just completed my walk. And so today, you know, I walked about 8 miles, and that happened at mile 2. So I just didn't let it stop me. And that's probably the biggest thing that I've gained from starting DDP yoga, the ability, that balance, that strength, that flexibility. You add the three together and you stay mobile. And that's not an age thing, that is a life thing.
exactly. Yeah. So we talk about us being 55 and up in here, but really all the teaching is relevant to every single age group, right?
Absolutely, because anybody could have had that fall.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I will tell you one quick age thing. Not exactly DDP yoga, but it's an age thing. I always thought you should never have long hair after like the age of 50. It was something in my head from the time I was young.
Yeah.
When I started doing DDP yoga, I started letting my hair grow out. And
Yeah.
it's the longest it's ever been in my life. And I'm the oldest I've ever been in my life. So there you go. Apparently it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Exactly. And I don't know about you, but I actually feel 15 to 20 years younger than when I started. So it is, we are at the fountain of youth because of the energy, the mobility that we gain, all of that changes things, right?
And yes, but and I'll tell you, and you're still gonna have issues that you have, like hurt knees, hurt shoulders, hurt whatever. They can come from doing the exercises you're doing, they can come from stretching your limits, they can come from things you can't change, like arthritis or whatever. But the thing is, the way the program is built, there's always something to help you rebuild it. I recently, I have arthritis in my right knee, so I have a bad knee anyway, and I recently injured it, and it took me backwards a little bit, but I never stopped moving.
Yes.
And I've been able to rebuild it so that now I'm getting back to being able to do some of the things I couldn't do for a little while.
Yeah. So you
Mhm.
have a little knee brace on when you need it, right?
Yeah. Oh, now I'm not really needing it, but yes, I did.
Yeah.
You do what you got to do to get back where you want to be.
Yes.
You
So
know,
we only have 2 minutes left, but honestly, so you were at Summit again, and you're going to give me,
with a knee brace on my knee.
yes, and so you're going to give me a picture that I can put up here that shows you and Queen Page doing what? What are you two girls doing?
Doing a doing a wall split together. She has it in a video tutorial video of hers, and I asked her if we could do it together, and she said absolutely. So we went over to the brick wall, we did a split on the wall, and that was probably the highlight of my DDP yoga journey. But the thing about Summit is I almost didn't go because I didn't feel like I was at my top, but that's not what it's about. It's all inclusive, and you go and they meet you where you are and you do what you do, and it's energy, and it gave me those positive vibes that I needed to set totally new goals weekly, monthly, and yearly so that I'm set for the next year. That's what Summit's about. When you get it's worth doing all the work you have to do to be noticed to get there, because it is such high energy and positivity that you come out of it energized in a way you couldn't even imagine, and you're able to just take it with you and help it take you to the next level.
Yeah. Well,
And that's what I'm going to
I'm
do with it.
positive that Paige was extremely proud of you for duplicating that move with her because She really does take things to the next level. And she appreciates those like you that have invested the time to get right there as well. Connie, you are an inspiration. I hope everybody starts following you. You're definitely a leader in our 55 plus family, and I appreciate you huge, my friend. So thank you
Thank you so much.
for your time today. I really appreciate it. Huge. So you come back
Thank you.
sometime too, right? If they ask any questions,
Sure.
will you come back? Okay.
Sure.
You heard it, you guys. You ask questions, we'll get her back. Love you, Connie. Thank you.
Bye bye.